All right. Good evening. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Poetry Open Mic ASHEViLLE. We'll go ahead and start things off tonight with some poetry. Come, let us journey into the sky. I promised the moon. All that I come from, all that I have been, all that I am, all that I come to, all that I touch, blossoms from a thorn, a rose, a rose. Love is the condition of human beings, being humans. To be beloved is all I need, and whom I love is love indeed. There never was a night that ended or began. Forms breaking, structures imaged. Come, love, love, come. Some words by the great poet Bob Kaufman to get us started tonight. Welcome to Poetry Open Mic ASHEViLLE. We do this each and every Wednesday night. Thanks for tuning in tonight. My name's Caleb Beisert, joining you from my living room here in ASHEViLLE. And I'm going to do a few more poems for you to get things warmed up, give people a chance to tune in. And then we got a really amazing featured poet for you tonight. Ekua Adisa's in the house. And we'll get to Ekua here in just a few. So y'all get comfortable, relax, and get ready for some open mic. This next one is a brand new poem, newish. This is called Medicine Eye. Let me tell you about the sky. When our world was shut down, the stars were so bright in that sky. A white moonflower sheds its diamond pollen. Sounds of the forest creep near like footsteps of a loved one in the dark. And, let's see. This next one I'll do is my eclipse poem. This one's called Eerie Light at Judaculla Rock with Telescope and Loved Ones. Judaculla Rock's an ancient petroglyph site not far from here in ASHEViLLE that has inscriptions on it that the first of which predate the Cherokee civilization. That's in where is that? That's up by the Tuckasegee River in western North Carolina in Caney Fork. Lying curves of rock of river afterwards, stones chime. As if afloat, I lie in the hollow of a river rock. Goats stagger perfect, the steep banks eat the soft branches. Moon takes its place as the rise of crickets and cool winds sweep the twilight valley. The humans we encounter when the sky opens, they with talisman and dream stories, they with legends of the Cherokee winced from memories of wolves and turtles and that balance we seek. At Judaculla, they say the rock danced when the sun hid, that etched soapstone from before memory, before anyone came there in a dream. before names of flowers and birds we know now, long before the mines and tractors. In this valley, the seasons awaken and go back to sleep. The safety of surrounding forests hides deep springs with old waters so pure. All around them, newts, mushrooms, and mosses, flies, and grasses, little signs the land still holds sacred for some. Spare workers try to save the hills for another generation and strew prayer flags that fade to rock and grass. Cows low in the field. Little crescents scatter from trees and smile on our faces. Folded paper glasses. A blue streak in the second sunset today. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us this evening. I got one more poem I'm going to do for you, and then we got the featured poet coming at you. I just want to tell you what's up here if you're tuning in for the first time. This is an open mic. We've been doing it in Asheville for almost 10 years now. We're Western North Carolina's longest running open mic, and thanks to y'all's support. And we're keeping it going even during the pandemic when we can't get together in person. It's really nice to still be able to get together with you all on the virtual open mic here. So thanks for tuning in from wherever you are tonight. Of course, another one of the advantages of this is that you can come and perform on the open mic from wherever you are. So we welcome everyone, all forms of artistic self-expression here. Anyway, we do a sign-up sheet every week in the Poetry Open Mic Asheville group on Facebook. Sign up there to reserve a spot. Then we send out a link on Wednesday nights for the performers. We just ask performers keep it under 10 minutes and just be ready to go in the broadcast studio if you're performing tonight, so we know you're ready. And I also want to mention this event is sponsored by Sovereign Kava. They've been our home for many years in Asheville. They are open for to-go orders only, cards only, masks required. They also do delivery through Kickback Asheville. They are celebrating Pride this month and every month at the bar, and also Sovereign Kava stands with the Black Lives Matter movement. So anyway, we appreciate Sovereign Kava for their support and sponsoring this open mic. Anyway, again, my name's Caleb Beiser. It's good to be your host this evening. It's good to see all of you out there. We really appreciate all the likes, comments, and shares. And we are also broadcasting on YouTube tonight on the Sovereign Kava channel. So check that out, and you can go watch the performances later also, and share parts of it if you want. We appreciate it. Anyway, I'm going to do one more poem for y'all, and then I'll tell you about our featured poet tonight. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Much love. This is a poem about rhythm. It's called Beat Poetry. In circles before sun temples, drums intone out of their emptiness. To spur profound longing, blue-green dreams steeped in foliage, sound fog deep in forest answers, keeping time to the beat before time. That amoeboid heartbeat carried into kaleidoscoping light windows of pixelated waves laced into neuron circuitry, baffled and fueled by mysteries. Two worm-eaten genes hung on crystalline skeletons, bright yellow atomic rain clouds of city buses passing in the night frame of lonely corners of sky, great columns in moonlit palaces, sound permeating every cell in this abode. The light beams drift like tractors across ripened fields, saturated in delicate hues of tropical skin and cactus blooms, fractal ferns sprouting from dust, new planets overhead, beneath us ascending into fragrant midnight molecular Abyssinian vases, digital Egyptian sarcophagi, ancient Incan stone motherboard logic, spinning runic songbirds, escalating far red-colored distant sweetheart Orions, and dilated open eyes and heads of reptilian coils, an electric spiral, pulsating cloud hands reaching on the ethers, wafting in the temple of Aphrodite, stoned upon the rocks of time, in love with every rhythm and every cell and everything, forever, without ever, echoed in ocean waves and thunder, painted across clear nights in the perennial spring, around campfires and subwoofers, continuing the majestic beat, one, 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 one. All right. Thanks, y'all. Again, my name's Caleb Beiser. It's good to be your host tonight. Appreciate all the support, and appreciate y'all tuning in. Woo! I'm excited tonight. We got an awesome featured poet in the house tonight. Ekua Adisa is here. Ekua Adisa is a liberationist, a ritual poet, a medicine person, and an incredible, powerful spoken word performer. They also have a site called Zora's Apothecary, after Zora Neale Hurston, and we've got a link to that right here. This is the website, and Ekua also has a Patreon. If you feel inclined to support the poet, we definitely appreciate it. But anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can get Ekua on here. And one sec. All right, here we go. Y'all make a whole bunch of noise for Ekua Adisa. Give it up. All right, Ekua. Hold on, do we have Ekua? Uh-oh. All right, hold on. Let's try that one more time. Hold on. There we go. Ekua, what's up?
I think we're here. Yay!
Yeah,
Hi.
It's working now. I can
What's
hear
up?
you. Hey, peace. It's good to see you.
It's really good to see you too, Caleb. It's been a while.
It really has. It really has. Are you doing all right?
I'm doing great. I'm living in Oakland right now and really loving my life.
That's great. Yeah, I love Oakland. It's been a while since I've been to Oakland. But yeah, we certainly miss you here in Asheville. But it's great that we can do this and get back together after so long. This is great. I'm excited to hear the new poems, and I'm excited about the work you've been doing these days. Would you mind talking a little bit about the apothecary and all the good things you're doing right now?
Sure, yeah. Zora's Apothecary is actually a line of medicine. I'm also a medicine person, healing practitioner, that I conceived to be able to get my work, my medicine to more people, to be making medicine and sending it out. But with the pandemic, it was just kind of like, you know what, I actually need to shift my focus to supporting individuals and groups of people in grief work right now. So that's what I've been doing more than anything, is hosting grief circles weekly for Black folks. And that's been really powerful work. I've been doing it every week for the past, I think this will be the 7th week.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and I'll be doing them through July.
Oh, that's great. And is that something people can sign up for, or is that just with people you know, or?
Yeah, it's open to anybody Black.
Right.
And I usually post it on my Facebook, but I'm a little bit more active on Instagram. So you can
Okay, cool.
find me at Ekua Adisa on Instagram. And yeah, find the link to registration there. And I'll post it on Facebook if people find me on the
Awesome.
Facebook. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Cool, yeah. Well, y'all check out the Instagram and the Facebook. And yeah, Ekua, we really appreciate you being here tonight. And I'm gonna turn it over to you without further ado,
Great.
and let you share some poetry.
How's my sound, Caleb? Am I breaking up at all?
No, I can hear you loud and clear now.
Great.
Sounds
Awesome.
good. All right, I'm gonna turn it over to you. Y'all give it up one more time for Ekua.
Okay. I'm gonna take the things out my ears. I'm really grateful to be here with y'all. And I'm excited to be sharing all new poetry. So this first piece is called If You Are Silent. Come out, guns blazing, machetes gleaming, white teeth shining against dark brown skin. Let them know your name. Make them remember your smell and have flashbacks. Show yourself. Show them your keloid scars, baby. And tell them about how many times the wound got infected. Tell them about the pain and the pus. Let them see the hard resolve in your eyes in the face of their incessant othering and paternal know-it-all bullshit. Be loud, be brilliant, be excellent, whether they like it or not. And tell them, tell them, tell them, child, about what happened to you and to your mama and probably her mama too back in the day and just yesterday, because they ain't never stopped raping us, trying to take our power, and they won't stop unless you stop them. Thank you. Started off with some righteous rage. This next piece is called Why I Stopped Writing, and it opens with an epitaph from a poem by Glennis Redmond called Why I Write. That goes, out of hunger, I find myself here with teeth and stomach. Why I stopped writing. Something happened to me. I used to be able to pretend to feel confident. I used to get on stages and perform healings for audiences. I used to be a rising star. I could feel my slow and steady ascent. But then something happened to me. It was a series of things, really, that started when I was still growing in the body of a resistant host. It started with that resistance to my existence. It continued with my father's nuanced abandonment, my mother's emotional unwellness, that cousin who raped me, and many of us. All the ones who called me ugly. That time my aunt made me sleep in the attic. But even still, resilient as I was, I learned how to fake it, how to get back up, however I could, and go on. How to numb with sex and substances and praise for my writing, for my performance, and for being so articulate. I learned how to focus on the suffering of others as a way to avoid my own. I learned how to cope and even how to heal a little, treat the symptoms, find some relief. But then, after a while, something happened to me. It was me who did it, really. I took a lover, boundaryless and permeable like me, but with far more trauma, dire and dramatic, full of self, but also empty. And they took me to places I had never seen, showed me the ugliest parts of myself, the boogeyman inside. And I was so afraid that after a while, I allowed myself to be devoured in pieces. First, my voice. Next, my gut. Then, my eyeballs and ears, all of my limbs, my labia, my breasts, my nose, my mind. Till all I had left was a hard loving heart and a clitoris that didn't work right anymore, and maybe some other parts I could no longer feel. I could no longer pretend to be higher functioning than I was. I thought so little of myself, that I would not put myself in front of anyone to be witnessed, especially not as naked as one must be for poetry. I stopped performing, and eventually I stopped writing. And then I couldn't write, and I thought, I must be broken. But then something happened to me. Well, I did something. A little bit, every day, I turned toward my inner children and began to love them as much as they would allow, which at first wasn't much at all. But now they will often curl up in my lap, and I will hold them while we cry together and while our ancestors hold me. This next piece is a series of 4 haikus. It is called Advice from the Elements on How to Grieve. Air. Hum a quiet wail. The wind brings transformation. Oya screams, let go! Water. Flow like the river. Feed her your sorrows. And look, you make space for joy. Earth. Give it to me, child. I can compost all your grief and grow food for you. Fire. You can burn it down, an effigy of sorrow, and dance in the smoke. For this next piece, I want to ask my beloved to join me. I will be joined by the lovely Adisa, and we will be sharing 2 poems that are sibling poems, channeled this past full moon. I'm gonna say hi. Hi, y'all. I'm happy to be here. Here we go.
For all the times I said yes when the answer was no. And I cried, and my throat flared up, and I wailed. And I said no. And I said no. And I said no. And they held me, and they heard me, and they loved me. And I loved myself, and I trusted myself, and I healed myself. And I moaned in my power. This all erupted from the warm passion in our mouths and on our fingertips. Ocean juice, butter, worship. So then I cried, and I knew the truth. and I sat at my altar, and my ancestors told me it was time. I opened the box. I fastened the string of gold beads around my waist. They were my birthday gift. And now I sit here, goddess adorned, ripe, liberated in the moonlight.
Hand dance in the moonlight. The moon is full in my sun and falling in silvery rays through the window, pouring over us, all majestic. Our skin glows soft and supple from the shea butter. Our bodies find one another like puzzle pieces, perfect fit, smooth glide, and then wet, where lips parted to take in a nipple or grind on a thigh. My hair tickles you as I plant pecks, nibbling and nuzzling your sweet crevices. This, you are God. I ask for your permission to worship your body, and when granted, I lose myself in your pleasure. My hyper empathy, our rhythmic chemistry, and I can't get enough. Blissfully overflowing with every nibble and drizzle down my chin. You asked me with your body to do that again, but this time inside. And this time you stayed fully present in your body and felt every sensation, from the tingle in your teeth to your clit quivers. You set the rhythm, told me gentle, then more full, then all the way. And I'd never seen you so clear and so feeling. And soon we ebbed, and you began to grieve, open mouth sobs and groans, and your tears anointing me. I held your hand while you said 157 no's to self-betrayals of the past. I held you close while you relieved your soul of old burdens, the moon watching us the whole time, full in my sun. We allow our hands to find one another in the shadows and moonlight, our fingers playing an impromptu game, sweet and mindless. And when we stand in the window together, naked, glowing, and new, we know that she is proud of us, and we can feel the activation of her reflective rays. There is more space now. There is more space. Thank you for joining me. Mm-hmm. All right, I just have a couple more for you. This next one is called Some of Us Did Not Die. And it begins with an epitaph from a poem by June Jordan, which goes, some of us did not die. We're still here. I guess it was our destiny to live. So let's get on with it. Some of us did not die. First, it was my mother. She had traveled to Texas by car for her brother's funeral. All the while, her leg swelled and swelled, the pain mounting like a foreshadowed tension, till she enlisted a wheelchair for the service. She languished in hospital beds that fall and winter, with a short reprieve in the middle for her birthday in Afropunk. It was blood clots, a lot of them, one after the other, and after one procedure of many, on the eve of Fête Gede and Dia de los Muertos, which is also my sister's birthday, my mother had a stroke and went into cardiac arrest, due to an internal bleed caused by the procedure, they said. And the nurse, Bob, had ignored her pain that night. But we never quite found the worthiness to sue them for that. After she died and came back on the Day of the Dead, my mother persisted in a fentanyl-induced coma, dialysis, ventilator, feeding tube, catheter. Her body had already taken the cues of death and began to shut down. Her teeth began to rot, kidneys shut down, liver function declined. I moisturized her lips, played music from the playlist we'd made together at the previous hospital. I diffused lavender oil in her room and rubbed it all over her, prayed and thanked and held my grief in close. I was stoic and steadfast, and she survived, recovered slowly, regained only a fraction of her speech and physical strength, but recovered enough just in time to plan her father's memorial, which involved planting a tree where he was born in Africatown, Alabama, and releasing biodegradable dove-shaped balloons at the ocean. We told stories of him while we marveled at her. It was sad and sad and sad and so beautiful. After that, it was my mama's younger brother, my Uncle Hank, the Leo, funny and boisterous and dangerously insecure. I was never afraid of him, but he wouldn't hesitate to spit unkind words at me, intended to make me feel small when I was. And I knew that he had beaten the mother of his daughter so bad that they both never spoke to any of us again. I knew that he was a hurting man. I also knew what happened to him when he was a little boy. I knew the origin of the hurting. And I could see that it had never healed. And so when he found himself in the hospital after collapsing on my grandmother's floor, and they told us that he'd had a stroke, I wasn't surprised. Blood clots. He survived, but he has since not spoken another word. My once boisterous, loud-talking, spades-playing, quick to rile up Leo uncle, now grief-filled, sullen, and silent. And then, of course, there was me. It was my left leg. At first, I was in the most excruciating pain for days. And for days, I stayed in bed, unable to move, without great strain. But then my leg swole up all of a sudden, and my sister got scared and took me to the hospital. I had never been as a patient. And they said it was a deep vein thrombosis as long as my thigh, and that a piece had traveled to my lung. Blood clots. I lost the ability to walk, but I survived. And over the course of a year and some change, the swelling gradually went down, and I could walk again, and then without a limp, and then eventually run. But I wasn't healed. I immediately left the South and moved to California, far away from them, my blood kin. I played in this new place with queer nuclear family shapes, and I gave my kid the most free life I could imagine. And I gave myself everything I ever wanted, and I rested deeply. I made art with my inner children and built the most elaborate altar for my ancestors. And I poured libations, and I learned how to tell the truth for real. Then everything changed, darkened, like glittering, shimmery, black cosmos, and now suddenly it is time to go. And I am different. Today is my other uncle's 55th birthday. He got into a car accident on the interstate, totaled the car, not a scratch on him. We cheat death. We die, resurrect, and are reborn many times. It is both comforting and infuriating to know that it has always been my destiny to live. Okay, beloveds, I have one more for you, a short one. This one is called A Recipe for Personal Power. Get some dirt from your home place. Put it in a jar with some dirt from the roots of a rose of Jericho, some ground up 5-finger grass, some small pieces of dried mandrake root, and a small piece of high john that has been fed whiskey and cigar smoke. Mix these ingredients together with your hands, then gently blow your breath into the jar and close it fast. Put this in a sacred place where it can be guarded by your warrior spirits. Do this on a full moon. Do this with your heart open. Do this with your mind set on what you want. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ekua. Thank you so much. Really powerful words. Really, really amazing words there. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for bringing on Adisa too.
I'm sorry, can you say it again?
Oh, thank you for bringing on Adisa.
Yeah, Isisa, she was really happy to join.
Yeah, that was great. And I loved the haikus and just really, really powerful stuff there, especially the one that begins with the quote from Glynis Redman. We love Glynis.
Love Glennis.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, thank you for sharing that. I know there's a lot of grief and a lot of healing in your poems, and you're a ritual poet. Is writing poetry a method for processing grief for you?
Absolutely. Writing poetry is definitely, and creative practice in general, is definitely a way to move grief for me, especially when it comes to singing, moving the body, working with different mediums. But poetry for me is an old friend and a really familiar medium for me to come back to.
Well, I'm really glad you're coming back to it, and and that's really great. I know sometimes you got to take a break from things, but I'm really glad you're doing it again, and I'm so glad you could come by and share with us tonight. And we'll keep posting those links so you can visit Ekua's website and Patreon, and check out the Instagram page too. And yeah, just many thanks to Ekua Adisa for coming by tonight. And I hope you can come back and share again sometime soon.
I would love that. Thank you so much, Caleb, for giving me the space to share.
Absolutely. Well, everybody give it up wherever you are, at home or in your car or wherever you may be. Scream and shout and make a whole bunch of noise one more time for Ekua Adisa. Y'all give it up.
Sweet.
Very nice. Thank you, Ekua. Coming to us live from Oakland tonight. Very good stuff. Y'all check out the website and support the feature poet. We have a feature poet every week now, We love being able to bring you featured poets from all over the world. Next week we have Aaron Fornoff joining us from Ireland, I believe. So that'll be great. And then we got more poets coming at you each and every week, and a lot more stuff tonight. So we're gonna get down to it and let some of these other folks get on the mic here. Very nice, cool. And we got some comments for Ekua there. Wonderful. Excellent. Yes, indeed. Yes, we're here. And I can't talk tonight, but that's what's new. It's awesome. Anyway, I have a lot of fun doing this, and I really appreciate y'all tuning in here every night, and thank you everyone for the likes, comments, and shares. Yeah, keep joining us here each and every Wednesday night. Cool. We're gonna go to our next performer now. I think we got Kevin Evans next. Is Kevin Evans ready to go? Awesome. It's always good to see Kevin in the house. Let's see if we can bring Kevin on. Y'all know the drill. Make a whole bunch of noise wherever you're at for Mr. Kevin Evans. Give it up. Haha.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Cool,
what's
cool.
up, Kevin? Woo! They're loving it tonight. This is we've
Nice.
piped in actual applause from the real in-person open mic here.
That's what I thought. It sounded like authentic.
You might hear some familiar voices in there.
It wasn't like the Flintstones when they have that little fun.
Yeah, right.
But that's
I'm working
the
on that. I'll get
throwback.
some xylophone sounds and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, you doing all right tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing better here than yeah, this is the spot right here.
Where are you
it's
at?
good being with you. No, I'm at home, but I mean I'm talking about the cyberspace.
I know what you mean, man. Yeah. And I always feel better after a little open mic, but yeah, this is the spot on Wednesday nights for sure. I appreciate you.
Oh
being
yeah.
here. Anyway, you got some poems, some music for us tonight?
Yeah, I got. We'll see. I mean,
New shit.
I found several older poems that
cool.
I might dabble with, but I wrote a new poem today as well. So we could do that. I might do one of the poems I did last week too. So we'll see.
Hey, that's all right. Yeah. Sounds good,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna turn it over to you. Y'all give it up for Kevin.
Oh. All right. Good evening. So, all right. I'm kind of want to just start with the most recent poem and just go backwards. So this was written earlier today on one of my breaks at work when I was chilling in the car. There's some AC, fortunately. And it's called For the Otherworldly Seeds. And it's just something that started coming to me. The foggy, fire-adorned underdog begins knowing nothing more to be than riveted, electric, shocked, forbidden fruit, licked in likeness of rusted, bent razor. Fears of danger, submerged in bitter anger, subside in high tide full moon city lights, enough to glow the whole globe. Pity self not concreted, comedic, rose fruit bloomed in blizzard of glass, ice and snow, grown out of the indigested, bucked gut of the sea. The energy of enemy lost in awe. The skies of your eyes don't have to remain gray all day. Though even the dirt hurts through psychedelia pressing and tingling through your roots. The universe captures you as an enchanted molehill of a pyramid, growing legs and wings. The strangest creation to sing through the talking, mumbling trees, swirling toward caves that introduce infinity. And this poem was written July 1st, 2020. I think I read it last week. I'm quite sure. It's called First Class Third Person. My Black mother, sister, my Black grandmother, great daughter, auntie, niece. Society has told me that you feel no pain, then said the same of me. But the pain I felt, I wish they would just beat me, kill me. The pain endured by you deeply as you are navigated by the difficult, beautiful crystal sea clearly explains to me that it's not that you don't feel pain. You're just so beautiful and stronger than most anybody. With your back made of the things that bind and shine the mountains to the jungle, river, waterfall, and sea. In past lives, you cried so much. Now it's just sand and salt. Through every bend and hollow of the earth, you still hold the world's heart in your naturally perfumed, costumed palm. When all the fog is gone, you are still just as whiskey strong. Although, unfortunately, harshly harmed and long scars. And so many can't receive you, even with the heaviest, loudest song of the oldest, ghostly, crowded storm. There was a gate between where you sang and where you pray. And they say, shut up. Your magic voodoo is devil worshiping. They're still trying to split you with the warship. And as some will never completely comprehend my personal Blackness, I will never know the inside strength, brains, and grace it takes to be woman. All right. All righty. So this one, I don't know if I was going to read it or not. It's from September 17th, 2008, I believe. It's called I Am Always Getting Fucked, Therefore I Am Always Getting Lucky, aka Sage. Even with the best luck of the draw, you still came out on the bottom, while Sam slams his way to the top with a mind fuck and a wrench twist tossed, locking you out. Making love to ourselves while lost out in burning sage has become a mastered delicacy of an art. Making fuck against each other has become a sparkly, sparking flame of an arted war smoking page. Even with the best luck of the draw, it doesn't matter when we forget why we came and forget why we stayed. Crossing you out, following you down, coughing you out. I am dog in this town, slime and dark in this town, divine and flawed with deep, dirty dignity I earned just for being me. Easy, just let it ease. I'm just being me, humble and flagrantly, stumbled accidentally onto this skidded row of streets, making a scene subconsciously and unintentionally, strain the eyes to see. I fantasy famously, and I didn't even know while it was happening. But my afterglow is a dead black cat tail running, spinning, and dizzying the skyscape up front, along with the amorphous dome of unconfined divine flight zone. Torching alone, war sting stoned, Love jump to the top of my low. Love run to the top of my mate calling cone that whistles. It is a musical hat that rests upon my overcoat that resists rain and attracts bats. Even with the shittiest, darkest luck of the draw, the phantom voice still validates as it shakes where you're at. Nobody is gonna pay you to be me, though I will pay only to get paid for being me. I will not get paid for being you, though I have been paid for being me. And God, have I paid for being me. You will never have to pay for being me. I am always getting fucked. Therefore, I'm always getting lucky. All right. Here's another kind of maybe dark one. Yeah. Nah, I might not read that one. Let's read another one. That one might be too challenging. It's all of these may be, but sometimes that's why I do it, because it may not come out quite right, but it's a practice test. This piece was written February 20th, 2008. It's called A Sour, Bitter, Open Wound. And it happened because a coworker slash friend of mine, yeah, let's say once upon a time when I was younger, we did a little tax deal that was kind of not valid, let's say. Anyhow, and it came back on me basically. But anyhow, I was much younger. This is a while back. The nerve some of us have, feasting upon any poor lost soul as a host. The nerve, the earth we dug our heads into together, the water we had to swim to the top of for to be the bird's best platform target for shit bombing. And I can't believe the things I went along with and that I joined you with, almost voiceless, with sincere camaraderie and loyalty. The things you risked upon my shoulders. I know you have to feed your family, your girls and your woman, your wife and white for eternity. I know the princesses needed a better place to stay. That is why I was so eager to help, as well as self-interested causes, I must admit. But to take certain potential risks and place myself underneath possible surveillance of magnified examination under exhibit, that was just too much for me to undertake, especially for a so-called brother or friend, and far too much indeed if we are just considering each other an acquaintance. I've been patient. I've kept my mouth shut. I've been away from it, but the sour, bitter feeling of betrayal has never left. I don't want nothing, and nothing is what I expect. Just let me vent as I stand here feeling so retrospectively stupid, naive, and ignorant. Let me let it go, but I can't forget. So it may be many, many years before I can even stand to witness this guy's presence again. I felt like Santa Claus when I had the money for you and your family up in the Days Inn, down the street from where we were both working. You took me in truly under your wing. I felt like little brother, still embarking all the same. None of us protected from letdowns and suffering. I remember how dark that Christmas was feeling initially. Neither of us had much of any money, much of nothing. I was in the hole, you were in the hole and on the run. But damn, what a cold season it was. And we were each other's saviors, only if ever so briefly and fleeting. And it isn't even so much about some stupid money that we came across and broke together in the auspicious, suspicious spring. It is about truly looking out. It is about taking care of another human being. I can't and won't thank you at all for the trapped jaw you have dragged me into the middle of, breaking and disintegrating in a law. Each other we were saving at one point, or so it seemed, in a hazy season of turning cold. Even if I had the number to your phone, think I would call? Not when the hounds moan in heat in late February, freezing their balls off, and they waited so long. So soon after I got the bloody news that I had been figured out, you had gone back behind bars for a separate charge, gone on so long. You just sat and sat. Then you made it out. and I heard you were back on the other side of the water. Do you remember the day that I helped you move out of the motel? Do you remember the rain and the way it ended with your brother? Do you remember the emotional collapses? Do you remember the circumstances? Do you remember how abandoned he felt and may still deep inside feel? Not saying anything was wrong or right on all sides. It just hurts and bites in these icy, sharp, toothy binds. But the way he felt in his tremoring, I witnessed in his eyes, in his bruises, in his heart lot, in his vine. That's pretty damn close to how I somehow feel in mine. I'm glad you got a safe place for the wife and kids. That is the only thing that was of consolation. As I gazed straight to the constellations, my brain was always painting in distorted, hanging language. I felt abandoned. I feel abandoned because of these repercussions. So many bleeds and tears, so many layers and naysayers. And it's been a fucking year. I can barely hear something that sounds like your name some days without wanting to disappear to a place where you never were here. My own foolish, compassionate generosity is who I really blame mostly for this grief. It is my part. It is my part for being such a midnight moon child softly at times when I don't need to be. Farewell, stranger. Farewell, somebody who for I was batting. Farewell, Mr. Sir, Mr. Bag, chain, and advocate of what is missed and misinterpreted. As you wish, as you wish, hopefully it happened. Take a gift and maybe it is not a simple, silly mishappening only. It is something in a chapter where we should have been learning. We should have learned something. For the record, or for on the record, I have no hatred for you. I just can't take your sight in my view. It is still a sour, bitter, open wound. And I'll read one more poem. It's called Weird People Who Dream Crazy. It was written back in September of 2013, I believe. Today, feeling so odd as I turn my scars, sit and ponder on log as I burn my stars. Your lip is a cabinet, reaching in for dishes of last lifetime I am, failing usually to get that deep into places you don't even exactly remember being or eating. Torn and tree barking, forest firing, soon to be winter sleeping, but not first without a blaze. Today feeling so small when faced with forever or never. Nothing or embedded, brother, in own skin uncovered. Can't tell the color or texture when falling so deep within. Your hair, windmill and kite, can't help but stare in pitiful delight and fright. I need you to be the light, but you are the line, curving into darkening roadside, merging with marching afterlife. Today feeling so hung up and dry. There's this disposition I have. I like weird people who dream crazy, as well as crazy people who dream weird. Another asylum year. Sometimes I wish somebody would put something in my drink when I walk away. Perhaps I could have a serendipitous happy ending to my good night. Binging and blessed better burdens, cutting self off sometimes from normal earth urge things just to be a punishment of a reward. We pour pictures painted in what is of water in pain torn sore, with autumn leaf crunchy as sword. Slept all night in the summer on the porch. Maybe somebody did put something in my drink. Far from what one would be expecting, but sunshine can't always fit in a pint, blind in the middle of the night. Some eyes are refined pearls or marble slabs cut into stoned almonds, shined and polished. So soon enough, you are the causes, washed into piss again. Yet, not so regretful or sad about it. Grout in the cracks of your forehead's edges, misshapen and perturbed. I drink my house and eat my earth after the silent, invisible flood gives birth. I like weird people who dream crazy. I'll tote on the blues up just a little bit and then we'll get going. Get on with the thing. Thank y'all. Yeah, we'll do the double A and D. Thanks, y'all. Well, I have fun. It's nice revisiting. Hey.
All right.
Cool,
Thank
cool.
you, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you. It was good
Absolutely.
revisiting some of that.
Yeah, man. It's good to go back through the old work sometimes. You know, I do that every now and then. Find some old stuff and edit it or just read it, and you know, sometimes poems are just a little snapshot in time, and it's
Absolutely.
there's a reminder. Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah.
now I think also you're probably like me and definitely Ekua in that poetry is a really important tool for us to kind of channel our grief and our anger and our all kinds of emotions really, but a helpful
Absolutely.
processing tool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things in life, you know, like being able to write and express yourself is like a life skill. It's a survival skill, and more people need to take that more serious in and of itself, regardless if you're trying to do something with it or not. Can help you day by day, just to be able to express where you're at, you know.
Very true. Yeah, poetry saves lives.
Oh
Um
yeah.
and I think its benefits are not often apparent. I mean sometimes
Hmm.
they are, but I think its benefits are often underrated by a lot of people.
True.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
I
But
don't know
here
what
we
I'd
are.
do without it. Yep, here we are. Yeah. Well, dude, Kevin, thank you so much for dropping by tonight. It's always
Yeah,
good to
man.
hear from you. And
Yeah, thanks, brother.
yeah, take care and stay well. And we'll catch up with you soon. Hope you can make it back next time.
Indeed, back at you. I'll do my best.
All right, sounds good. Y'all make a whole bunch of noise one more time for Kevin Evans. All right. Thank you so much to Kevin Evans, and thank you everyone for tuning in tonight to Poetry Open Mic Asheville. My name is Caleb Beiser, coming at you live from my living room tonight here in Asheville. Tonight's show is brought to you by Sovereign Kava. Go by there and get your kava and all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Anyway, yes indeed, much love for Kevin. Many thanks again to our feature poet tonight, Ekua Adisa. And check out their website, Patreon, and all that good stuff. We really appreciate our featured poets here. Y'all keep tuning in each and every Wednesday night for more Poetry Open Mic Asheville, Asheville's longest running best open mic, thanks to your support. Cool, we're having fun tonight. I think next up on the mic, we got Jose Del Tejeco, and then we have Justin Blackburn, and then we have Dane after that, and then I think we got Low Wolf, Amelia Maldonado, David Singleton's coming on. And there's a few other people who signed up. If you signed up tonight, make sure you follow that link, StreamYard link, and get into the broadcast studio so we know when you're ready to perform. And we'll get these people on here who've been waiting. So let's go ahead and go to Jose Del Tejeco. All right, where are we at here? Jose. Oops. Camera issues tonight. Sorry. All right. Jose Del Tejaco. Y'all make some noise. Hey.
I like that reach effect. It was like a 3D movie or something. It was super cool. Well, and Kevin's right. You're right. Poetry's life-saving stuff. It can help you work through some stuff. That's a fact. Absolutely none of this that I have tonight is life-saving stuff. But hey, every poem doesn't have to cure cancer, baby.
That's right. Yeah, that is true.
Tonight, I just look at it.
I think often we make a mistake if every poem has to be this huge, big thing.
Right.
You know?
It could be a subtle voice. It could be a little leaf with some fuzz on it that you've stroked with your finger, and that's your poem.
There you go. There's a poem.
Oh, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, absolutely. You doing all right tonight?
Not bad, man. You guys are lifesavers as usual.
Oh yeah,
totally. Good times.
Thank you. Yeah, you got some Kava tonight?
I don't. I didn't stop by. I haven't stopped by. I've been busy moping, around the house.
Gotta take time for that, right?
Ugh, or do you?
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. Well, let's cheers next time. I'm gonna turn it over to you for some poems and some songs, perhaps.
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Joe, make some noise for Jose. Don't give it up.
I love it. Pretty super cool. All right. Well, it's a themed night for me. I've been putting together an old a compendium just to kick around the house. Nobody wants to have a giant brick of poetry like that, even of your own poetry. But tonight it's just some old flirtations. Did they work out? Did they not work out? I got a poem out of the deal. So here's a few of those. Workday epilogue. Heard you might be out tonight. Bought a new shirt, but I'm as tired as my lines. Splashed some water on my face, tried to flirt, but the day had beaten it out of me. Messed with my hair, stripe of deodorant, drank back a sudsy courage. Just a quick repair, transparent as air. Try to make me out behind the damage. Shaping lively. On the ground it's dirt, in the hands it's clay. I will remember you in this way. A gray on the face, some glaze in the hair, still adorable under there. Working the wheel, the kiln firing anger, each piece taking form in the shape that you sang her. In a studio with chaos just across the border, to keep a life straight, you need some disorder. In cleanly hours, a dinner audience is softly served, wrapped in the presence of your art, wrapped from finish to start. You made this goblet and the sangria? How strange to drink from and of an idea. Hands shaping lively, never blindly in clay. I will remember you in this way. Shadesayer. The task of naming paint chips can be bland and tedious. At its base, it's the telling of a slight and pretty lie that a color may be said. Today, though, as I held the millionth new pink under my work lamp, I felt not melon nor quite salmon, right around peachy, and against the breadth of a southern dawn, a sliver of radish. It was whispering your essence, my ballerina. Since she was perfect, she was leaving. It was Claude the celebrity's birthday at Shakey's down by the river, and I met a perfect girl who was called Anne. She was from Chicago. She had short brown hair and deep brown eyes. I sat with her a while, being entertaining, as I gleaned snippets of her accidental foray into ASHEViLLE, away from her ex-husband and her 2 grown daughters, somehow related to an illness. When it became clear that I was interfering with her goodbyes to her best friend, I excused myself and returned to the table where my musician friends were sitting. Since she was perfect, she was leaving town forever that night. Because you're only allowed to brush up against perfect for a moment, as you glimpse what could have been, but couldn't. I took to the stage to sing and set her microphone into the name again and again to get her attention. Anne, 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 Anne. So that she and everyone knew who I was singing to and how I felt. She looked up, and as a ridiculous and bittersweet heartbreak that recalled a long, dead virginal love ripped through my ridiculous 50-year-old body, I serenaded her with an imperfect interpretation of a flawless Everly Brothers song, letting it brush up perfectly against her and all about her. Love hurts, and so it did. Love hurts, love scars, it wounds and mars any heart not tough nor strong enough to take a lot of pain, take a lot of pain. Love is like a cloud, holds a lot of rain. Love hurts, love hurts. I'm young, I know, but even so, I know a thing or two. I learned from you. I really learned a lot. Really learned a lot. Love is like a stove, burns you when it's hot. Love hurts. Love hurts. Some fools rave of happiness, blissfulness, togetherness. Some fools fool themselves, I guess. They're not fooling me. I know it isn't true. No, it isn't true. Love is just a lie made to make you blue. Love hurts. Love hurts. Some fools rave of happiness, blissfulness, togetherness. Some fools fool themselves, I guess. They're not fooling me. I know it isn't true. No, it isn't true. Love is just a lie made to make you blue. Love hurts. Love hurts. Ow. All right. Let us take a little trip to the liquor store. I'm pretty close to learning this one without looking at my lyric sheet, so enjoy anyway. Pop-Off's vodka. Do over. Take 2. Pop-Off's vodka in the plastic bottle's gonna screw up my driver. It'll total my liver, turn me yellow, make me shiver, only costs a $5. A teaspoon of tang to kill the terrible taste so I can wash down my pills. My breakfast today's got the USRDA, the OJ that kills at the liquor store. Heaven help me at the liquor store. How dry I am, wanna wet my beak. Step behind the building and take myself a leak at the liquor store. If I can't stand straight, I might kiss the floor and the cashier gets candid. If she refuses to sell, says to go straight to hell, I'll leave empty-handed. I unhobble my wobble, pop a mint in my mouth, and cross my fingers for luck. De-slur my oratory, hope my stumble's transitory, and I pull out a buck at the liquor store. Help me, Jesus, at the liquor store. Every time I stop to shop, I get into trouble. There's twice the selection when you're seeing double at the liquor store. At the AA meeting, I took the 12 steps to back for everyone froze. Down on my knees, God help me, please. Find a better way to go. I grab a decanter and I make with some banter, try to throw off the scent. I ask her, how was your night? And could I bum a light? But I sense some dissent. My small talk's a bust that's engendered no trust in my fool's paradise. My booze is confiscated and my buzz will be belated. My transactions on ice at the liquor store. Hallelujah! At the liquor store. I quit hundreds of times, I know what it takes to shamble to the house and just wait for the shakes at the liquor store. Be good to yourself. Don't drink like that. That's it. Thanks so much, everybody.
All right. Y'all give it up one more time for Joe. Jose. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you stopping by tonight.
Thank you. I get that last bit had a little bit of gravitas in there, I guess. I don't I snuck some in.
Yeah, totally. Hey, man, and dig the lightning tonight.
Oh, yes. Yes, sure. It's very scary in here tonight, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's, yes, it's thunderstorm season here in the mountains.
Oh, boy. And on TV.
Yes, apparently.
On demand.
Nice. Well, hey, thanks a lot. And hope you can make it back again next week. Always good to hear from you. Take care. Stay safe. Be well, Joe. Cheers. All right. Jose Del Tejaco. Thank you. Awesome. All right. Thanks again for tuning in tonight to Poetry Open Mic Asheville, Asheville's longest running and best open mic. Thanks to your support. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Very good. Very good, people. Cool. Appreciate all the likes, comments, and shares. Keep in mind, we're coming at you live tonight from my living room in Asheville, North Carolina, to wherever you may be in these times. We hope you're well. We hope you're staying safe, and keep joining us here each and every Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks again to our featured poet Ekua Adisa tonight. Be sure and check out their website and support the poet. That was their first time sharing some work in quite a while, and we're honored to be able to provide the space for that. So yes, indeed. Awesome. Thanks to all our performers tonight. We got some more really amazing people coming at you tonight. Coming up next, I think we got Justin Blackburn in the house, and then we got Dane and Low Wolf and Amelia Maldonado is in the house tonight. And we also got David Singleton coming through. So stick around. It's been a great evening so far, and it's gonna continue to be. So anyway, thanks for all your support. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get Justin on here. Justin Blackburn. Y'all make a whole bunch of noise for Justin Blackburn. Give it up.
Woo! Yeah,
Woo!
Justin. Woo! What's up?
Hey, what's up, Justin? How you
How's
doing?
it going, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Doing pretty well. Doing very well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I was thinking last week we talked a little bit. I'm just gonna do some jokes.
Oh yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'll hang around.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell some jokes. I actually got to do a live comedy show last Friday. Everybody had a mask on except for the performer, and there was only about 12 people there. It was outside, and there was no microphone.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was a person's house.
Yeah, I like to see the creative ways people are rethinking live performance these days. I know I've seen some stuff here in Asheville, some like mobile people like on the back of truck beds, musicians performing. I've seen outdoor like drive-in movie style performance venues, stuff like that.
Awesome.
So it's cool to see people getting creative when faced with these
It
challenges.
was really fun. It was intimate.
Mm-hmm.
Only 4 comedians. I got to do about probably 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
it was
good
fun. We
set.
had some people. I thought I did really well. It was very. I didn't have any I don't know. It was very I'm talking to you right now, where I would just tell a joke and then maybe go aside on the joke. Right. I was just kind of friendly. So it was very intimate. I didn't feel any kind of pressure. It was just really fun.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so awesome. I had a great time, and it was everybody had a mask on except the performer, and you took it off on stage, and
sure,
it was probably about 9 feet away from the person. You were up on a
cool.
porch. So it felt good. Everybody seemed to have a good time.
Yeah, it was good for you.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I was gonna tell some of those jokes, basically. Sometimes I just write jokes that I never tell because I just kind of put them in my phone, and then I just kind of don't ever do anything with them. So I just kind of told those.
Oh, cool.
So that's cool. I might tell some of those as we talked about.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you want to
lay them on us, man?
All right, you want to be in the thing with me?
Sure.
All right, great. Yeah. So these are just some jokes that I have that I kind of told. Let's see. Be kind. Everyone is fighting a battle within. You don't want to confuse them to think their battle is with you and kill you.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Joe Biden. Really happy about Joe Biden. He has a lot of the characteristics of a lot of great Democrats from the past. He has the charisma of John Kerry, the integrity of Hillary Clinton, and the goofiness of Al Gore. I see where this isn't really a joke; it's more of a thing, but it's a lot of. I see a lot of people say cops. There's just not all cops are horrible. Just a few bad apples. and I say more like a systematic racist orchard.
Right.
So I was on a plane going through a lot of turbulence, and a baby screaming her head off. And the parents are frantic trying to calm her down. Rest of the people on the plane are looking really annoyed. And I'm sipping a Bloody Mary in total admiration for the baby. Like, that's the realest motherfucker on the plane right now. I wish I could do that.
Oh man, I've been there.
Okay.
I'm close to that situation.
This is the thing. It's like a lot of people are like, if I offend you, I don't give a fuck, right? I say, if I offend you, I'm sorry. That was not my intention. I can be stupid, but my mind is open, and I'm here to listen, not judge. If you feel inspired to speak to me.
Yeah.
I got two friends. They both have anxiety. And I got this white friend that was everything good? Oh, okay. I don't know where Caleb went, but I'll keep the show rolling. All right. So I got these two friends, two friends. Okay, cool. I got two friends. They both have anxiety. I got a white friend with anxiety, and his anxiety is like, we'll go to a place and we'll walk into a restaurant and he'll be like, dude, oh my God, dude. I'm like, what's wrong, dude? He's like, I went on a Tinder date with that girl like 2 years ago and it was really awkward. And it was really awkward and I don't know what to do. It's weird, it'll be like, and he'll like come over to my house. I'll be like, dude, I'm real freaked out. Like, what happened, man? It's like, I was in line at the grocery store and I saw this person I went to high school with. And he asked me how I was doing, man. It was so awkward, right? That's my white friend with anxiety. And then I have a black friend with anxiety, and we'll be driving down the road and he'll be like, dude, I'm really nervous. And I'll be like, hey, why? He'll be like, oh, because there's a cop right there and he might kill me. So it's like two different anxieties, my white male friend versus my black male friend with anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Different worlds.
A lot of people think I hate white people. I don't hate white people. I got a white friend. His name's Pillsbury. He's a dope boy. You ever sit and wonder if your childhood best friend writes your name down as his security question, the answer to his security question, and then all of a sudden, Dave Matthews Band, a Jeep Cherokee driving down the street, playing Dave Matthews drives by, and you think that's the universe giving you a sign saying yes. So you call him, and you're like, "Hey Cole, what's up, dude?" And he's like, "New phone, who's this?" And you're like, "Justin from back in the day." He's like, "Justin? Yeah, Jada. Remember Jada? You called me." What, dude, what the hell are you talking about? Like, why are you calling me, man? Like, I don't know, man. I was just wondering if you wanted to, drive on down to the airport, listen to some tunes, watch the plane fly, talk about if we're ever going to get out of this dead end town. And he's like, I don't live there anymore, dude. I'm a CEO at a bank. That one doesn't have the ending's kind of like, hey man, just wondering, you write me down as your best childhood friend? And he's like, yeah. Like, all right, cool. Don't ever call me again. I was walking by a pond and I saw a turtle and I said, oh, cool, a turtle. And the turtle said back, yeah, I'm a turtle. So what? And I was like, I just like seeing turtles. And he's like, you damn humans. mystified by all the beauty in the world except your own. And then he sank to the bottom of the ocean. I like to call my friends and sing happy birthday to them when it's not their birthday, to jar their subconscious, to remind them that every day is their birthday and that they deserve all their desires. I saw a bumper sticker that said God is a Jewish carpenter. So what? Mine's a Polish busboy. I used to go places and think people didn't like me until I remembered I love me, and then people really started hating me.
Right.
I think I've told this one at the Kava bar before, and people really liked it. And it's the only place that ever got any likes, to be honest, or many laughs. That's why it's not in my other folder of jokes that I tell. But if you're hanging out with a person and they say, you can't do shit because you suck. By the way, you want to go get some pizza? Would you follow them to get pizza? Probably not, right? Then why do we follow our negative thoughts when they talk shit to us? And now here's some local Asheville jokes.
All right.
In Asheville, green means stare at your phone until someone honks, look up to the light, see the light is green, and think, oh yeah, the light means green. Then you quit chakra clearing and then drive. This is a 2019 Asheville joke I never really told, but I like this one. I noticed they promote the tourists a lot with other things. Like I feel like baseball is the only major sport. You know, it's like in tourists, like come see the tourists. We got fireworks, right? I feel like baseball's the only major sport you have to promise something else to get people to show up. You know, nobody's ever like, come see the Carolina Panthers. We have a guy that juggles. Come see the Los Angeles Lakers. We have a bear that plays piano. A lot of people think that Jesus is going to come back, right? And I'm not saying he is or he isn't, but how many times before he doesn't show up that you think maybe he's just not that into you? You know, I'm not saying Jesus doesn't love you, just saying that maybe they turn their relationship with their Lord into like a flush that never calls them back. You know, they're like, no, Jesus is coming tonight. We're going to Wild Wings. He said it. He said he just has to wash his hair, and then he's going to be there. This dude told me that he's like, I could never go vegan because how amazing meat tastes. And it's like, dude, you taste good too if you drench yourself in ranch dressing and barbecue sauce. Let's see. Michael Jackson's son, Blanket, changed his name, which I feel like is a waste of a really great name. You know, I wish my parents would have named me Blanket. I'd have my own 24/7 YouTube channel going on right now where people would be paying to watch Blanket sleep. I'd change my name to Blanket now, but all my old friends would think I was one of those typical hippie bros who moves to Asheville, eats acid, learns the didgeridoo, and changes his name to Bodhi Bliss or Indigo Seed Galaxy 375. They already think I'm weird enough.
That's real. Oh man.
What's up with I got one more. That's good. What's up with all these mediocre 90s TV shows like Full House, Saved by the Bell, Will and Grace, and Friends getting reboots? Who are these people that still want to know what's happening with Danny Tanner, Jesse Spano and Joey whatever the fuck. I mean, people calling their middle school dance dates like, "Hey Jessica, how you doing? Want to go to the mall and drink some Orange Julius?" It's like, it's like how local bands have a hard time getting people to come to their show, but Led Zeppelin cover bands sell out in 5 seconds. Why do you want to go watch people sing karaoke? You know, I got this friend. He was like, "Hey man, I'm in a Radiohead cover band. I'm playing it Friday. You want to come?" I was like, "Nah, dude. I got the album on Spotify. I'm just gonna listen to it." Awesome. Hey man, that was fun. I appreciate you letting me. That was a good idea.
Oh, yeah. Totally, man. Totally. Thanks, man. Appreciate you lightening things up with some comedy.
Thanks,
We
man.
always love having comedy on the mic.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to clarify for those of the people not in Asheville, the name of the Asheville baseball team actually is the Tourists.
Yeah.
So that's a joke in itself.
Yeah.
Those fierce tourists.
I watched interesting thing. You ever seen the movie Bull Durham?
Yeah.
Great movie. It he goes to the Asheville Tourists.
Oh, really?
Movie. You get to see Asheville in the 80s.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
Wow.
cool. You get to see that play. You know
Mhm.
stadium is. You get to see like a picture of him driving up there.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I go by there all the time.
Yeah, totally.
Far out. Yeah. I also have to say, I think Biden is like working the best election strategy right now. It's just like shut the fuck up and let the other guy make an ass of himself. Man, I mean, I haven't really heard. I mean,
totally.
And which is smart too, because Biden will just say dumb shit if you just let him go. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wrote that after I was really upset about Bernie Sanders. And then you have to, move on. And yeah, I know I remember that was a really powerful mic. I remember after that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Really good energy in the air.
I remember that one. Yeah. That was one of those days I came in there just feeling really defeated and grim outlook, and it turned things around for me for the night. Just getting
I feel like
around everyone's art.
Kind of sharing that energy, but also with the empowerment too.
Mm-hmm.
And how you set the tone like when you went first and everything. And I just remember, I remember that one being a really powerful mic because I was in a similar place. I was like, it's like, here's the answer to so many problems. And we're just like, nope, let's go over here. So,
it's the same old.
Exactly. Same thing. But, definitely think he's better than Trump.
Yeah.
So
I will say.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. It's now. So. Get out and vote in November, or hopefully do a mail-in ballot if you can.
Definitely.
But anyway, thanks for dropping in tonight. Say what?
I said thanks for having me. That was fun.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I miss doing the open mics in person. I miss your comedy show. Justin did a monthly comedy show.
Yeah,
at the Sovereign Kava every month. Great stuff on there, and hopefully we can resume that again.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. So much fun.
Safe. Yeah, totally.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much. Y'all have a great night.
Hey, it's always good to see you. Much love, Justin.
See you. I'll see you next Wednesday. If I don't see you.
Absolutely.
Have a great.
Sounds great. Cheers.
Peace.
Yeah. All right. That is Justin Blackburn. Yes, indeed. Thanks for joining us tonight for Poetry Open Mic Asheville, coming at you live from Asheville, North Carolina. We got a whole bunch more good stuff coming at you tonight. Some comments there for Justin. Yes. All right. Thank you, Justin. And of course, thanks again to our featured performer tonight, Ekua Adisa. Very good stuff. Oh, yes. I'm having fun. I hope y'all are having fun out there, too, wherever you may be. And we're just trying to bring a little love and a little light into your homes tonight on the Poetry Open My Quarantine Love Stream, brought to you by Sovereign Kava. Cool. Let's see who we got up next. Tonight, I think we have Dane up next. New performer tonight, I believe. That's always good to see. Of course, we welcome anyone to sign up. Each and every week, we post a sign-up sheet in the Poetry Open Mic group on Facebook, and you can sign up there, reserve a spot, and then we send you a link on Wednesday nights and get you to join in. We welcome all people, all forms of creative self-expression. So thanks for being with us. Let's go ahead and see if we can get Dane on here. Y'all make a whole bunch of noise for Dane out there. Hey,
Hi.
Dane.
Hi, Jason. Thanks a lot. You guys really got something really great going on here.
Thank you.
I'm out here in San Francisco.
Oh,
So,
fantastic.
This is. Go ahead.
Oh, I love San Francisco. I got some good friends there.
Cool.
Beautiful, magical city.
Yes.
How are things out there? Are you doing all right?
Yeah, sheltering in place. They have us clamped down pretty good, and a few things are opening up. But yeah. So it's.
I hear you.
It's going. Hopefully, things will get better.
Hopefully they will, indeed.
All right.
Absolutely. Well, you got some poetry to share with us today?
Yes, I do. I do have some short
Excellent.
pieces and some longer pieces. I've been swimming in the Tonka pool and the haiku pool, and
Oh, cool. Yeah.
just writing some other things. So I have those interspersed here.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to turn it over to you for the next 10 or so.
Okay, great.
And, yeah, give it up again for Dane.
Thank you. This is... Okay, this is, I don't have a title for this yet. It's, where does this thing go? Sharp pieces of broken cup. Here now, life's lesson, inspiration, mosaic. Morning writes this form poem. Your daily Tonka. Pack them in your travel bag as winter coats, melts, icebergs standing in the way. Out the window, more than snow. This is called Papa's Daddy. I talked to a black man, and the stories he told, fighting for freedom while having none at all, how the house Negro ran the whole show because master's just too slow to know. We sail on slave ships even to today, wrecking on the shore. We say, stop it, loud and clear. We are not victims anymore. Listen to me, son, this you got to hear. It takes hearts pumping blood to walk through the door. This is no place for knees on necks. He quoted the Bible, the Koran, all kinds of knowledge new to me, mysteries, fables learnt at the feet of elders. He quoted the last poets. The white man's got a God complex. He quoted Rossan Roland Kirk, blackness, BLACKNUSS, played on only the black keys. Kirk tells us there are all kinds of crosses in his old rugged cross. The crisscross, the double cross. The cross is supposed to help you get across, not cross you up. Papa's daddy was, as he was fondly known, died today. COVID killed him. He was 93. Oh, God, all the work I have to do on me. I won't ever forget what he told me, never. You won't either, because I wrote some of it down here for you and you and you to read forever. Some more short forms. News report. New lives formed reported, found today. We see only burning pepper spray. Silence is golden. Silence is COVID. Breath taken away, you die. Now I cry and cry. Freedom. My mask is freedom from the spittle of your hate. Yes, Black Lives Matter. And just another Thursday during COVID-19, as in a dream, recurring, the slow motion chase ensued. Buzzsawed toothed clown chased me slowly. Paralyzed, I could not move. Closer still, I woke up. My wife died. Cat sat on my lap during purring. I went to AA in Australia. I read poetry out loud in Berlin. I made art. I ate art. I listened to slack key guitar, Ravi Shankar, tragic tango. I ate a piece of David Bowie pie for comfort. I cried and cried and cried. All the dying, beatings, protest. A dark-haired Russian ruined me with Tonka. I learned a new language, learned new words, learned how to use pandemic in a sentence. I fucked my dead wife under a tree. I woke up from a nightmare to terror. Tragically ever after, a gift just for me. Having never left my office chair for this odyssey, I am grateful for the dimmer switch. Shapeshifter. Periwinkle is my favorite tasting sound, almost as nice as tango. Only not sensual, just raw sex like sad primates trapped in a zoo. Wrinkle the riddle of time upon your face. I kiss and kiss. It makes me hard to see you smile. Lukewarm bathwater is tolerable after shots and shots and shots. Mescal spilt on the couch. What a funny joke. Mint grows all over around this town. I must run away from mojitos all over the place. It's just some 1990s glitz. Just awful what they do to rum. What a waste. I cannot take it anymore. No, I won't is really what I mean. The hate burns incandescent in my chest. How will I escape this drunken madness? On foot? On bicycle or airplanes? Nope. No way I escape in my trusty shapeshifter, waiting and made ready there in the driveway, rusty and dented. No moss grows on it. It just rolls, my junkyard gem. Survivor of a Miami car crash in the fog. I was not drunk and driving at the time. It's just what I was told. Drip, gasoline drop by tiny little drop. I ponder, is it a little brook or a stream? Can I camouflage it with duct tape from the garage? Cadillac, Eldorado, Seville, maximum fins, wills, ragtop down, rabid as I am to get back to you safe and sober. Never sane when I think of you and your black camisole. Shapeshifter and I fly down the corridor between vineyards and ocean. Sun and moon 90 degrees apart and setting. Seen from the Lost Hills Highway, I am just a messenger carrying the message of spirits, written with the ancient planchant you keep in the pantry. The dream is your smile, your embrace, while we watch straw-colored mountains honeyed in summer sunset. Methanol. Drink up brain damage. Antifreeze chaser trumps tweet. No cure for deficits. A question. COVID sunscreen flows, frolic in ocean water, play now, live long life? Now. We call them a mob. You call them a mob. They're right to assemble. Stop knees on necks now. I did this instead. I forgot to go to my grief counseling session today. I wrote instead. I would love it if I could write every line as a Volta. Open mic poetry reading from the imaginary, unwritten, unpublished work of Jacques Ledromé in the uncollected collection. Ew, people. I only date unicorns. I kissed a unicorn in my sleep. Frolicking we were on Florida Panhandle Beach under cherry candy clouds, flowing mane like silk, nearly invisible white, white as white sand, bright as diamonds sparkle, a shiny, sharp horn sliced my fucking guts out, and I died. Thank you. That's the end of the line. I don't know where I am in terms of time, but that's all I had this evening. Thank you.
All right. Hey, thank you, Dane. Powerful stuff. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Appreciate you joining us tonight from San Francisco. Hey, is there any chance you know Neely Cherkovsky?
No, actually, I'm kind of I'm kind of an emerging poet. So
cool.
I'm just, I have some things I've written, I've written my whole life really, but only, in the last little bit have I thought, I should do this.
Yeah.
So I'm not really up on the, who all the folks are,
Hey, that's all right. Yeah. I was just thinking he's a poet friend of mine in San Francisco. You should look him up. But yeah, it's a big city and a great place for poetry. And
Yes.
I'm glad you're getting into the poetry thing, man. I hope you'll come back and join us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're here every Wednesday.
All right.
And yeah, have a good one. Take care. Y'all give it up one more time for Dane.
Thank you.
Cheers. All right, coming in live all over the world tonight. We're coming at you from Asheville, North Carolina. My name's Caleb Bicert, Poetry Open Mic, Asheville. Yes, indeed. Some comments for Dane. We got some more fucking awesome poets coming at you, and we got some musicians later, I think. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. You can catch us live on Facebook and YouTube every Wednesday night starting at 8:30 Eastern Time. And yeah, thanks for all your support, and thanks to Sovereign Kava for the support. Thanks for likes, comments, and shares. We're having fun tonight. I love getting to do this with y'all each and every Wednesday night. It's good to still have this connection. It's great to still be meeting new people from all over the world. And it's great to be with you in poetry and art and creativity. It is good medicine. Anyway, cool. I think we're still waiting on Lo, so we'll go to Emilio if Emilio is ready. I think we got Emilio in here. Yeah, awesome, cool. Emilio is here. It's always good to see my old friend Emilio. We've had some good times, and it's always good to get together with Emilio. It's gonna be a good time. Y'all make a whole bunch of noise for Emilio Maldonado. All right. Is it? Oh yeah, man! It is July in Chicago now. You know, and like people, a lot of people don't even bother putting in air conditioning out there. But then you get this 2 months in the summer. It gets hot as balls, as you say.
No, it's like a fucking swamp out here, man. It is. We are so far inland, and it is muggy as fuck over here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're very far. I mean, we're the Midwest, but we literally have a fucking sea next to the city. It's freshwater, so it's like
it is muggy. I know it's muggy here too. It's like 90% humidity, but at least we get a little mountain breeze.
No, man, we we get car exhaust breeze, man. You know.
I know about it.
Saludos.
Yeah, man. Are you doing all right though, other than being extremely hot? I know things are tough everywhere right now, but I'm glad to see you still hanging in there.
You know, yeah, me too. But I mean, you know, it's like Well, you know, what am I supposed to do? Give up?
Right.
You know?
Gotta
It's like,
keep going. Keep fighting
I
the
mean,
good fight.
like, there's a lot of people that are struggling, you know,
Mhm.
economically, financially,
Mhm.
mentally.
Mhm.
I'm having a difficult time, but I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm not no struggle. You know, to
No,
be
I get
totally
that.
honest. You know, a lot of respect to friends and friends of friends that are like out there, not only fucking hurting, but also putting in a lot of street time. And I don't mean only like protests, but
Mhm.
delivering groceries, checking in on old folks,
Yep.
doing phone calls. We had this, so right after the one of the ways that um, the protests manifested themselves was the second night. Um, Shit got like very violent throughout the city
Yeah,
because
they're in Chicago.
because the first
Yeah.
night, it kind of caught everybody, like the police, the city, people who lived here. Everybody got caught off guard. Like
Yeah.
there was a protest downtown, and they announced at like 8:30 that there was a 9 o'clock curfew, and that they were going to be cutting train service. So like
Oh
everybody was like
shit.
freaking out, but they didn't end up cutting the trains that first night that early. But they still stranded a lot of motherfuckers. Like the only
Damn.
way you could get a train was like getting outside of the downtown area, and in the city, that
Yeah. See,
depending on where you're at, that could be a big hike.
that's fucked up. Yeah, somewhere in Chicago. I mean, everyone relies on the public transit there.
Right,
I
right.
mean, we
But
had curfew and stuff here in Asheville. But people were still able to get home and
well, and it
stuff.
was it was a dubious curfew because, like, see, since Chicago, one of the neighborhoods, one of the areas of the city where white folks, rich folks are well, white folks are all over the city, but where there's like rich white folks,
Yeah.
um, is really close to the downtown area, just north of it. I mean, it's in the downtown now,
Right.
but just north of it, and it's this area known as the Gold Coast. It's been
Mhm.
named that for decades, so that's always where, it's like more than one millionaire's row used to be, and obviously now it'd be some billionaires' rows. But
Right.
but the police put so much effort into securing that part of the city that the rest of the
Imagine that.
city, a large parts of the rest of the city, went up, and there was like mad looting and shit.
Mhm.
And the second night after that, so now we're talking Monday,
Mhm.
the looting was getting started, but in a lot of Mexican neighborhoods, you know,
Oh
uh,
man.
there was a lot of people that like neighbors and shit got out and were like, no, 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 no. Where there was this one neighborhood where they literally threw dumpsters down the main street to the big industrial dumpsters that got the
Yeah.
wheels.
Yeah, you can push them.
They
Yeah.
they did they did that to block traffic. So that's like, what's your business over here? Do you live here? You visiting someone? You coming
Oh,
through?
okay. Yeah.
To any suspicious motherfucking cars or whatever, we're just not getting allowed in.
Mhm.
But then
They were protecting their neighborhood.
they were
Essentially.
protecting their neighborhood in
Yeah.
a non having to carry an automatic weapon kind of way,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
but on the bad side, in a different Mexican neighborhood, there was a lot of like brown and black violence and intimidation and shit. But so here's the thing: the reason I bring it up though is because what happened the next 2 nights after that was massive protests throughout not only uh, Mexican neighborhoods, but in black neighborhoods of like brown folk supporting Black Pride,
Mhm.
and Black Lives. And there was like bike protests. There was like a
Mhm.
huge one down the neighborhood that had gotten violent. Like there was like actual shots fired
Mhm.
just the day before, and the next day it was like everybody rolled. And none of that got reported, but
Yeah, a lot of it
reason that
doesn't.
the reason I bring that up is because like it's sparked all this new coalition building. So it's not just like people that are out there, um, hitting the streets, in protest. It's also these people that have been doing like just massive like mutual aid kind of groups, through using social media, and there was like, I mean, I was a part of like 3 different ones, and none of those people knew each other, and they had whole networks of just like delivering groceries and shit, So there was
Man, that's great to hear.
it was so there's been a lot of that, and meanwhile, shit hasn't really stopped. It's almost gotten amplified. So there's a lot. It's been difficult, but yeah, man, there's been a lot of beautiful work done and powerful work done by lots of different people.
Yeah,
People that were never political, people that were just having like a little business of like being like a pop-up chef, and now they're part of an organization delivering 300 meals to families and shit.
See, that's fantastic. That's what we need all over the place.
Right, and this is, and I'm not talking about I mean, I all the respect to the youth, like the young folks are gonna save our asses, but this particular woman, she's like a mid 30-year-old mom of like 4 or 5 fucking kids, like 4 or 5 boys, and her side hustle is this like cooking thing, and now she's like on top of the side hustle, she's doing this shit. That's what I mean. It's like not just like little kids, it's like grown ass folks,
Yeah.
A lot of elders that are getting listened to again. It's real powerful shit, man.
Yeah.
Intense and scary, but it's powerful.
It's been a long time coming, It's like change that's been needed for a long time, but it's really good to see things start turning, wheels start turning, people getting involved who haven't been involved before, and just people doing whatever they can,
Shit's been intense and at times scary, but it's also been really inspiring. I mean, I didn't have faith that like organic, just support, got your back, Southside kind of like thing popped up. Like the day that I was watching the videos, I was pissed, and I was calling out like different people who were like, yeah, see, gangbangers protect the hood. And I'm like, gangbangers do the same shit that they've been doing. They intimidate and they fucking shoot people that don't deserve to get shot. And that's what was happening. But people like weren't looking at it, like analytically. Like, these are the same motherfuckers that terrorize kids. And I mean, on Halloween, 4 little kids were fucking shot during Halloween in that neighborhood, not the whole city, in that one neighborhood, while they were trick-or-treating and shit. And it's just like, that's the same motherfuckers you're trying to praise. It's like, no, man, it's the neighborhood doing shit. So then, that following day, man.
Yeah, Chicago sees some of the most violence in anywhere in the country, I think.
It's definitely highlighted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man, I'm glad to hear people are coming together.
Yeah, brother,
doing
it's
good
been
work
inspiring
out there. Yeah, absolutely, and I'm glad you're all right, man.
I'm glad you guys. This is to everybody. Those of you who I don't know, nice job. Those of you who I do know, good to see you again.
Yeah, it's a great group.
That dude.
Yeah, we got some awesome people on here, and speaking of which, you got some poems for us tonight, man?
I do. I had wanted to do some newer stuff, but
awesome.
Well, wait. Here's but, and it's a big but. I didn't finish those pieces, and I didn't want to come up and just read some, skuluwaska. I didn't want to do no bullshit.
I get that. Yeah.
But what kind of the universe was saying, read the fucking poem. I was doing some cleaning, and when you're a single person at my age, you're not really dusting that frequently all the shit that's on the top shelf.
The top shelf, yeah.
So today I was doing that cleaning finally, and after like I petted the dust that was up there, and I gave it some food before I let it out to the alley. I found this envelope that I had sent to my friend who I think you met maybe in LA, Stash Machek. Did you get a chance to run into him when you were out there?
Yeah, I believe
he lives in the brewery.
A while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been. Right. So him and I are homies from Chicago,
Nice.
and back when we were in Chicago, I was now Stash is a longtime musician, drummer, poet, but he didn't start reading until I gave him the nudge, you know. So then we clicked. We were already good buddies, and then we clicked even harder with with the poetry and shit. But so here's the thing. So then we actually we were performing duo for a little while, but we didn't do none of that slam style like I say up word Ed you're good up we weren't doing that fucking ping pong. What we did is like we just kind of did like two mini features, and it was in between sets of this Afro-Cuban jazz band.
Nice.
And then when we would perform, we had the bass player sit with us, so he was like, just do whatever.
Yeah, perfect.
And we used to call ourselves the Poetry Thugs. So
Nice.
after that ended, we still kept in touch. Obviously, we were writing back and forth. Went to go visit him, and at one point he wanted me to send him a whole. No. I went out there and brought all my shit, and like a drunk stone motherfucker, I left it,
Oh,
and I didn't realize I didn't pack it until, I was in Chicago. And I was like, fuck, because like the night before we stayed up till fucking 5 a.m. yelling poetry at each other, getting fucking drunker and drunker, and louder and louder. We were in a fucking loft, man, like an industrial loft. There was no neighbors that were going to be bothered.
Right.
So we were just hollering. And I forgot I left all my shit there. So then he mailed it back to me.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to read poems out of that envelope.
Oh, that's perfect.
I opened it up and I made sure that it was poetry because I could have remembered it wrong, and it's like, oh, it's a bunch of clippings of Pee Wee Herman, but it is the.
Are you sure? Are you sure it is?
Yeah. No, I checked. I looked and I'm like, okay. I looked.
All right.
Cool.
Well,
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm gonna turn it over to you and let you share these poems, man.
All right, man. So really quick, this isn't no Bob Dylan shit. It's just whatever, man. Just deal with it. Live with it. All right. So this is the courtyard of the Guadalupe Posada Museum. And Guadalupe Posada, who you may or may not know, he's the dude who did like the skull motif and all the with the La Catrina and all those sort of Day of the Dead things that everybody knows. He's the one who put them all down.
Far out.
And that's not balloons, it's papel picado. It's the decorative paper that's like got cutouts, and it's all over the courtyard, and just like it's very colorful. Very colorful.
Very nice.
So here is the envelope. That's where I used to live. Yeah, fragile.
Nice.
Poetry enclosed. And then apparently I looked like that guy. That stamp.
Very nice.
Yeah. So this is from 2009.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna turn it over to you.
All right, man. I'm just gonna read it in order, unless it's really terrible. Then I'll okay. Bella, 100,000 años, 100,000 sueños, 100,000 fuegos. Coño, qué injusticia, qué tragedia, qué vergüenza. Maldición. Verdadera mujer, verdadera niña, verdadera puta. Carajo, artista, imagen, tormenta. ¿Cómo te dejé escapar? Some of you who heard me read ASHEViLLE will recognize some of these pieces because they're OG pieces. Waking up on Damon. I swear I didn't mean to. My original intentions, shot. I took a nap, Rested my eyes, passed out. Drunk motherfucker. What a waste. Hard concrete. Know what I mean? Sorry. Well, I mean, free the nipple, but I mean, I'm not gonna offend anybody out there, but it's hot. Saludos. I wrote this 11:30 at night. I'll leave out the other forensic data. I had my fill hours ago, and the last thought you left me was a lie. You're my favorite liar. Who made you cry, baby? Will you let me be the caveman? Yeah, I'm silly only because I can't think straight. Mr. Cornett blasts away. He knows the Louisiana heat. He remembers straight edge razors held against Mama's throat. He's laughing at me. Drinking and sitting and writing and thinking because he knows it's always been so damn simple. All I ever wanted, all I ever needed, walked out the door. Train tracks in 40 miles an hour and it's gone. Indifferent night swallows this hope. What else? Que pendejada. Whiskey loves in its cruel way. I find no crossroads by him, and hellhounds sleep peacefully. The sweet smile isn't mine tonight, and I almost forget, like a fool, that I care still. Who made you cry, baby? I dream imaginary dreams of kindness. Silly rabbit. I wrote this at 11 o'clock at night. We left the bar separately. I stopped listening to my friends years ago. It's 4 o'clock in the morning and you answer my call. We're competing with the upstairs neighbors to disrupt the early morning silence. You yell quietly to stop. I ask innocently if you're okay as you laugh and tremble. I wipe you off my chin. Too much booze makes my mouth go dry, but your lips are all right. I get us a drink. I'm smiling, because soon it'll be my turn. The 20-something b-boy sat bemused, watching what seemed to him, seemed to me at last. Some exotic creatures he'd never observed up close before. Had a smile and a memory. But when you see seals at Lincoln Park Zoo, one more time with your own kids, or the 5th grade trip to the Lion House after the Siberian tigers got delivered. He was the red line anthropologist with the minor in linguistics, listening to the foreign white speak of Star Wars and a tax code. He was on a raft in open waters, smile half open. Fascination and absorption, trying to decipher the song of the whales. I have the LPs here at my side because I had wanted to play records while I was here, but I disconnected them because I did some moving, so I'm just doing a little slideshow. I'm doing these in the order that they were in the envelope too. Bushwick projects, piss in the elevator, pork fat frying, roaches enjoying a late afternoon smoke. Cross the bridge, but the other side of the water is everywhere. Bright and excited, roll through Little Italy and smell the hate. Azúcar, baby! Williamsburg Senior Center. Chévere, chévere, chévere. Old poppies and old mommies grinding on the plena. Un paso para allá. Bingo? Can wait. Put your feet on a pint of Cavassier. Gotta get that pussy, baby. Fuck that. Give me some dollars for a hero and a beer. But this is before Jay found out his junkie uncle was dead. It wasn't too much later that his abuela's dog took a shit in the place in the newspaper. Riding a D train smelled better. AIDS, bullets, knives, and drugs, and despair is what I feel. Everybody's life mierda. Nobody works. 18 scooters on a block because somebody's cousin robbed them. 15-year-old girls look dangerous at drunk o'clock in the afternoon. Everybody knows better. Nobody knows why. Don't bother to wipe the piss off your shoes. Abuela don't. Lost causes run and smile. Lost chances become stick-up kids. Saw my once true love and wanted to choke her ass. Held my once true love and wanted to fuck her ass. Pero cuernos, brother, cuernos. Another song that reminds me. Can't sit this close without holding you closer. Where that 15-year-old danger girl's at? I'll fuck all the pussy in the South Bronx. Hijo de puta. 10 feet away from junkie family, now 3 feet away from HIV stepdad, slapping a $2 hoe at 7 in the morning. Hood life. Represent, represent. Abuela's got cirrhosis. Abuela just made pernil. Fuck if it don't taste good. Buck, buck. Siren serenade the 5 boroughs. She left again. Stepped on a roach trying to take a piss. Took a dump at Coney Island. Pick yourself up, kid. Welcome to New York. I haven't written an equivalent poem about Chicago. I've written a lot of poems about the city. But not the right one. It's missing a page or two. Hey, how am I doing on time? I just want to make sure I'm good. This is called 12 to 14 hours. Sunday night isn't easy. A slow dance and breath. My finger caresses your hand. I'm holding the prettiest girl in the room. And for 3 songs, we got scared. I've been licking old wounds and making new ones. Bourbon, tequila, fat whores, not old remedies for familiar melodies. Nursing my kidneys, long lost hellhound will shake my hand, buy me a drink. A day later, I recognize a shifty bastard. A deaf man watches a ballerina turn, a soft smile, admiring the curiosity of it. I try not to cry again, but certain days' colors are drawn messier. Today is a heartbreaking day. I haven't felt this blessed in years. Another life and death moment of stupidity comes and goes. I'm shaking for about an hour. Hard to lose the cold, dark feeling. Sometimes I forget the billy club and the knife. I'm not into sharing bad times, though. I'm driving into Chicago, calling her late at night because she needs to know. Letting go of shame, starting again. All right, cool. Hey, Caleb, if you're still there, well, I mean, no, you're still there. But still there. I found a poem. Well, kind of two, actually, that I haven't seen in easy 10 years. And this one that's falling apart, that I wrote 14 years ago. I might be at about 10 years that I haven't read that one. All right. All right, this is the last one. Uneasy. I looked at a forest floor of dead leaves and brittle twigs. A song of the Belle Epoque made slide trombone whispers against my cheek. Ghosts of buttons undone lingered in the bouillabaisse. Brown used up lace rides high. My mama's blood don't rose long ago. Patois los pobres. Tap bottle cap. Bottle cap. Bottle cap around the sidewalks. Master Jackson. So he did this, and he did that, and he did it over there, and he did what he did on this here route. And all is everything, baby. Cinch belts cry about crawdads too scarce. Fat white fucks dance on promenade. Glide with someone else's cadence and mock them rough boys. Ashtrays laid on law that pearl handles sweat by and by. Sweet daddy, they don't let these things lie. Ojo de venado comes into right pocket, good light. Left pocket, would come down bad, right side on you. Take a breath, child. That's all you got left. Brushes now on a snare, calling lonely boys, call streets. Riding on cymbals, the brushes bra, pulling in them boys and girls across they streets. In a moment, we all gonna go to feast and get tight. With Jimmy on the piano. Dead-end kids hang by the end of the street. Chase smiles, hunting bullshit. Suck dicks and fuck queens, and his brown lace, riding high. That's it.
Yeah, y'all give it up one more time for Emilio Maldonado.
What'd you think, bro?
Hey, man, good stuff, man. It's always good to hear from you. Appreciate you, man. Wow, it's pretty far out digging back into that old work.
Yeah, did you catch that part where I told you there was like two poems that I hadn't seen, and
right,
all the tens.
At least 10 years.
Yeah, that was nuts, man.
Yeah, man, that's far out. It's good to have that stuff.
I know you got a show going, but I thought it was kind of cool to try to do something more than just show my damn face.
Oh yeah, totally. No, I appreciate it all.
But I'm taking too much of your time. I know you got a show to go.
It's a great perspective. Well, I'm waiting on our next performers to let me know they're ready to go here.
All right, but I'm gonna keep flashing you. I mean, in a cardboard, artistic sort of way.
Woo!
Yeah. Look at that, McCoy Tyner.
Yeah, McCoy Tyner, love it. Love it.
I actually thought of you when I pulled this one out. This was actually not a pull-up. This is the same thing as the envelope. I just grabbed a stack. I'm like, all right, let's see what we got.
Yeah.
I thought of you though.
Oh yeah, Chick Korea, man. I love
It's,
the outfit.
yeah. My Spanish heart. That's what it's called.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
And then I thought of you too because I know you would know.
Oh yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. This is a stolen object. This is property of the Chicago Public Library.
Stealing albums now, man?
Bro, only the good shit, man. I'm not gonna fuck around.
Well, that is good shit. Very good shit, that's for sure. Anyway, man, it's good to see you. Cheers. What are you drinking tonight? I think we lost Emilio. Anyway, much love, Emilio. Thanks for stopping by, man. Cool. We're gonna keep rolling here. Thanks for tuning in tonight to Poetry Open Mic ASHEViLLE. Coming at you live tonight from Asheville, North Carolina, live around the world. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Thanks to everyone who has shared tonight. Thanks to Salve Kava for sponsoring this event. And thanks everyone for the likes, comments, and shares. Let's see where our next performer is at. Cool. I might just do a couple poems here real quick. See if we got anyone else tonight. Keep in mind we got the sign up sheet and the Poetry Open Mic ASHEViLLE group on Facebook. Check that out. Posted on Monday evenings. You can sign up anytime through Wednesday. Reserve a spot and come perform on the mic. Yes, indeed. Cool. Also, appreciate our featured poet tonight, was Ekua, Adisa, and, they got a website you can check out, and, support the poet, and check out the good stuff they're doing. In these times, we're wishing everyone well out there. Much love. Hope y'all are all safe, taking care of yourselves and one another. We're just doing what we can here. And, it's good to be with you. Again, my name's Caleb Beiser. Alright, well, I'm gonna lay a few poems on you. If these last couple folks show up real quick, we'll get them on. But y'all keep checking us out. Let's do... This one is called, Song of the Dirt Salesman. But the others who just seem to come to discover or wonder, watches the machines of grace, watches the dumb sky, the mute grass. But the others in wonder have come to discover what was theirs all along, though they can never own it. None of the sky, none of the grass, none of it cares. The one who cares destroys it, and the one who doesn't care destroys it. But the others will come to discover and wonder, and the others will wonder. All right. Let's try out a brand new one. Why not? Where are you going where the water runs up? Where are you going in the night shadows of quiet suburban yards where the lawnmowers run all day? Where are you going In the garden low under the beanstalks and tomatoes? Where are you going dressed in sheets of starlight? Where are you going when tomorrow comes to the front lines, to the streets? Where are you going when someone calls your name? Where are you going, earthbound and gentle? Where are you going, those who steal the sky? Where are you going to keep all that air? Where are you going with that bag and that car? Wherever you are going, leave gift or offering. All right. This one is called Still Waiting. I'm outside watching for bears. I hear every imaginary footstep in the leaves. The dog hears farther. Every city was built in the wilderness. Buildings and cars and people forget the wilderness, but wilderness never forgets them. It comes in with the wind. Bears open trash cans and strew the contents like Christmas Day. Coyotes have been eating house cats. A black snake curls in the basement. Possums tear down ornaments. Tree roots push through old pavement. A blank sky remembers. A shop worker remembers. The migrant worker remembers. Do you remember when you see the sun come in the window as the branches nod? The jays complain, another sky shark ascends, and the black bear makes her den on the hill behind the cemetery, beside the hospital. Do you? And this one's called A Jazz Chord Came Out. When I stepped on the floorboard at my grandmother's house, a jazz chord came out. A quick run, a little scale of creaks underneath the carpet, as if there were a man inside the wall, letting his beard grow entwined with a saxophone in the evening when the lights are low. He searches the empty spaces for the house made of notes. Outside faintly bullfrogs or the baritones of the night accompanying cicadas that rock our bed, while the great ships of cloud carry the moon across to safety. Another journey passed. Time for rest. Now we are home. Most home. Home as we'll ever be. The clock blinks a green 12 a.m. as the cows jump over the moon, going home, too. All right. Awesome. Many thanks to Amelia. All right. I'm going to do a couple more poems here. If you're performing tonight, make sure to follow that link. And you can check us out live on YouTube and Facebook each and every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Time. Yes. I hear that. Me too. Let's see. All right. Yeah, let's do this. This one's called a repetitive stone samsaric amulet. The slants stand. I'm gonna try that one more time. Sandstone slabs fall on ravine, blue shades, every dwelling furnace is melting, teapot revels steered, clear, sober, ended up. The general is dead, give up joker cards on every surface of the slum home, spray paint, rotting fingers, tobacco stove, pipe leak, government size, check, door locked, and whiskey cups slammed, processed pigs for breakfast, never gave up on beating hummingbird pumps, hurricane plasma, and same fabric of cosmic web revealed that speck of dust contained us and everyone we've known and loved. Towers from arrangement, unknown baby's breath and dark carnation, simple recitation of lines, pushing the land shark across the last lawns of the suburbs. The early sunlight destroys souls who collapse weeping. We live at the edge of joy and sorrow, a constant battleground of lost dogs and hawks radiating above one last time. Let the coffee be somewhat warm at least. Let the joy come hard when it comes, and the sorrow be bristles in the night that pass with all our troubles, and be reconciled in the deep whale songs of the oceans, the ancient speech of turtles. Let us see the beauty of tree trunks. Let us work in the valley of broken light bulbs. Let us fail until we fail enough to get it right. Let us be the tree trunks standing on the shoulders of giants growing everywhere. Let that be what we set out to. Let rains come. Let stars fall. Let dirt cover. And let grow. Let grow. Let go. Let grow. Alright. This one's called The Moon is Weeping Apples into the Ocean. The surreal arrived in dreams of costumed ancestors dancing from wherever they came, though we still don't know the first mammal to dream. Dreams like a transistor radio pick up a weather report from the wrong day and year, a country no longer there, in a language unfamiliar, some preacher screaming unto himself. Nothing is isolated. Every dream departs. In waking life, a woman at a party who met me once a year before tells me I was in her dream last night. I was warning everyone about the small animals who were in danger. I pleaded for people to help them. Then I met Tom Raworth and told him who I was. I know, he said. Astonished, I remarked, that's cool. And he replied, no shit. True story. See if I got a couple more for you here. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Appreciate everyone. Y'all are fucking awesome and amazing. Sorry, I'm not as prepared as I should be. That's alright. Oh, there's still people watching. Good. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the likes, comments, and shares. I'm not pointing there. There it is. This is another true story. This is called Last of the Porch Times. I move on to other portions, knowing this one was good to us. Of all the times, porch time was about relaxing and unwinding in solitude after a stretched day of work. We're together, sharing the sound of our thoughts or arroyos of laughter. There was one time my roommate sat on the chair wasps built a nest under. Their sudden swarm stung her dozens of times before she realized what it was. But the porch was good to us, though it never noticed us. Its weathered planks buckle in waves that creak underfoot. Railings leave crenellations on faces. We swayed in the porch swing, drawing closer to each other on cold nights when the mountain wind crawled the icy street and the dark trees groaned heavy. That's where I saw the wildcat that came to inhabit my dreams. I think she was trying to tell me something, but my language fails to reach across. I will have to discover new language. I'll have to listen to the animals who have been speaking since before words. I'll have to listen from inside. How to translate a tongue I didn't realize is there, without a stone to guide. We've been hearing the language all along. I think I know what the cat was saying. All right. This one's called Pandemic. Y'all still doing all right out there? Can I get a hell yeah? All right. That's what's up. Oh my. Cool. Thanks, y'all. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more poems here. If we got anyone else tonight, we'll put them on real quick. Otherwise, keep tuning in every Wednesday night. Poetry Open Mic, ASHEViLLE. Thanks for your support. Appreciate y'all supporting this event. Y'all can support this event. We appreciate it. This one's called Pandemic. The house had tall rooms and many strange windows. One room so giant it felt like the outdoors, with a floor of gentle, uneven mountains sloping toward a stage. Other parts of the complex include a hospital and an open area with paved walkways like a tropical airport, or the part of a university near the library. Another nurse told me the nurse I had just talked to was feeling sick and had just been admitted to a bed. I packed my bags quickly, but they were my brother's bags, and they were making a hissing sound. I unzipped the black leather bag to find an extra large can of WD-40 with the nozzle broken off, spraying into the air. The top of the can where the nozzle used to be had broken written on it. I was in a hurry to go, but people kept needing to talk to me in the crowded reception room. I tried to walk right through them. Then they noticed me. The people, including a trombone player who I did not understand, asked to speak with me in a tight closet. They were upset, and there was nothing I could do. Yeah, weird shit, man. Weird shit. All right. Hold on, I got other one. This one's called Beta Carotene. The tour rats took over the bar with plenty of ketamine and LSD. It was a hot night. They said they'd be back when it wasn't so hot. They had some art for us. Of course, we never got naked enough. Can you ever be naked enough? You need the dough for tomorrow's bread. We've seen our own waterfalls in the same forest. The lights play tricks on us. We abide in the night of our fears, falling gracefully from a high branch. The sound guy said it sounded good at least. We found our way to our cars by matchlight. We all glistened and went home on our own, the wood blocks still tapping the time, still singing. Thank God I found my wallet under the branches in the meaningless shade of night. Hollow drums, warm amps, the sound of passing cars and random sirens reminding us all is never perfect. We hide in bars until sunrise, or they kick us out. Bring your dog, it might be a long night. This poem's, yeah. What is it? Fair enough. Alright. It's called the same but different. We hardly ever spoke to each other. We talked through music to one another. All together now. Every Tuesday night we saved the made-up endings. I hid in the back after I fucked up the groove. Nobody said anything to me. But I know. We don't tell each other when it sounds good either. Music is the beauty we do. It never was a choice. Ever since we picked up our instruments years ago in another life. We don't really remember. I already don't remember what we played. One day we won't remember ourselves. But the sound will still be there. Like a long forgotten song. Suddenly on the tongue. After all these years. And this one goes out to my mother. This is called Baby Moon. You are the shedding, your apples and branches, your green shade, spacious open arms, the promise of love assuring. Black-eyed Susans and Queen Anne's lace like alien great aunts growing in the garden by the wall. The kitchen of your cooking, mushrooms, pearl onions, chicken, tomatoes, a cauliflower the kids would pour in, dozens stoned from the heat of Charlotte summer afternoons. Your birds were watching over us, and when the cavalry came, you just wanted to save me from lions and tigers and jail. I'm sorry about the china plate, the walls and furniture. The midnight car rides, loud Nirvana through blown speakers, beer bottles, and bad girlfriends, and tracking mud in the house. Now you get some consolation in telling the stories at every family occasion. Once we drove cross country, stopping in each little rodeo murder cow shit town in America, validated by views of Cliff Dweller ruins and restaurants in Santa Fe. You and I and my brother managing. We duct taped the broken car door. Shit. When recession rose, Sheriff stuck the orange note to the front window of our house. We built fires to stay warm in new homes. When Red the dog died, we read poems, sitting on the packed earth. We celebrate every year. And when the baby moon goes to sleep and night is over, you will be there. I will give you a quiet place to sit and rest, as you have done for me. All right. Do we have Low Wolf here? I thought I saw Low. Been a bunch of comments. Thanks everyone for the likes, comments, and shares. Appreciate you tuning in tonight to Poetry Open Mike Asheville, coming at you live from Asheville, North Carolina. Did we lose Low? Oh well, that's unfortunate. I was hoping to hear Low Wolf tonight and David Singleton, wherever they're at. I hope they're all right. But anyway, Low's got a brand new album out. Y'all should all go check it out. It's called Singe. It's fucking awesome. Definitely buy the album. And yeah, cool. Thank you. Thank you for the comments. Wait a minute. Alright. Alright, last call for performers. Alright. I'm gonna close it out with a few cover poems. Close things out for us tonight. This first one I'm gonna do is by Federico Garcia Lorca. My translation, Casita del Llanto, Casita of Tears. I have closed my balcony doors because I do not want to hear the weeping. But behind these gray walls, you do not hear anything other than weeping. There are so few angels who sing. There are so few dogs that bark. 1,000 violins fit in the palm of my hand. But the weeping is an immense dog. The weeping is an immense angel. The weeping is an immense violin. Tears muzzle the wind, and you do not hear anything other than the weeping. All right, thanks, y'all. These last few come from the Jane Hirschfield and Aratani translations of Ono no Komanchi. These are love poems by the women of the ancient court of Japan. Night deepens with the sound of a calling deer, and I hear my own one-sided love. If this were a dream, I would surely see you again. Why must waking love be left incomplete? The cicadas sing in the twilight of my mountain village. Tonight, no one will visit save the wind. A diver does not abandon a seaweed-filled bay. Will you then turn away from this floating sea foam body that waits for your gathering hands? Awake tonight with loneliness, I cannot keep myself from longing for the handsome moon. Is this love, reality, or a dream? I cannot know when both reality and dreams exist without truly existing. It's a Charles Simic poem. The Saint. The woman I love is a saint who deserves to have people falling on their knees before her in the street, asking for her blessing. Instead, here she is on the floor, hitting a mouse with a shoe as tears run down her face. Here's a poem to cool off with. ASHEViLLE. A chair in snow should be like any other object, wide and rounded. And yet a chair in snow is always sad. More than a bed, more than a hat or house. A chair is shaped for just one thing. To hold a soul, its quick and few bendable hours. Perhaps a king. Not to hold snow. Not to hold flowers. All right. We'll do one more Lorca poem. Memento. When I die, bury me with my guitar beneath the sand. When I die, among the orange trees and mint. When I die, bury me, if you want to, in a weather vane. When I die. Thanks, y'all. It's been a fabulous night. Thanks for tuning into Poetry Over Mike Asheville. Coming at you live every Wednesday night from Asheville, North Carolina. My name is Caleb Beisert. It's a pleasure to be your host here. Thank you again to our featured poet tonight, Ekua Adisa. And check out Ekua's website there. We really appreciate our featured poet and all the poets and all the performers tonight. Whatever form your creativity takes, we appreciate you sharing it here. And I'm humbled to be your host, and it's an honor to be around all this creativity every week and to keep this going for you. Even in these trying times, we can still get together and share our art. So, thanks, y'all. Really appreciate it. All right. Again, tonight is brought to you by Sovereign Kava. Thanks to Sovereign Kava for their support. And we'll be here again next Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Our guest poet will be Aaron Fornoff, joining us live from Ireland. And yeah, we look forward to that. And we got a whole lot more featured guests and a lot more amazing performers in the weeks to come. So please keep tuning in. We really appreciate y'all's support. It means a lot. Seriously, thanks to everyone who tunes in, and thanks to everyone who performs on this thing every week. Y'all rock. This last poem tonight is from Rumi of the Barks translation, Where Everything is Music. Don't worry about saving these songs. And if one of our instruments breaks, it doesn't matter. We have fallen into the place where everything is music. The strumming and the flute notes rise into the atmosphere, and even if the whole world's harp should burn up, there will still be hidden instruments playing. So the candle flickers and goes out. We have a piece of flint and a spark. This singing art is sea foam. The graceful movements come from a pearl somewhere on the ocean floor. Poems reach up like spindrift in the edge of driftwood along the beach, wanting. They derive from a slow and powerful root that we cannot see. Stop the words now. Stop the words now. Open the window in the center of your chest and let the spirits fly in and out and in and out and in and out. Thanks for coming to the open mic tonight. My name is Caleb Bleisert, signing off. Pleasure to be your host. Check us out, same time, same place, next week. We appreciate y'all. expressly dull times, my darling. Your friends liked me more than you, I suspect. Loyalty is sometimes taken for granted. I'm gonna sit on the floor and do some caresses to the rug. Get my fingers vibrating. I'll hide a bottle of brandy in a jacket pocket. You find strangers' lips ready and warm. I promise